The holidays, twinkling lights, cheerful songs, warm gatherings. Sounds magical, doesn't it? But what if your reality feels a little less like a snow globe and a little more like a blizzard? Hi, I'm Gwen, and welcome to Empowerment in Illness. If you're tuning in today, maybe the holiday season feels heavy for you. Maybe you're managing more than just shopping lists and dinner plans. Maybe you're managing fatigue, flares, or the invisible weight of a chronic illness. In this episode, we're stripping away the glittery, picture-perfect holiday image and getting real about what it's like to navigate this season when your health demands center stage. I won't promise quick fixes or magical cures, but I will offer you some practical tips, heartfelt reflections, and maybe even a few laughs to help you find your own kind of holiday peace. So let's take a deep breath and dive into a conversation that's all about you, because you deserve a holiday season that works for your body, your heart, and your soul. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Those practical tips that can help you not just survive the holiday season, but navigate it in a way that feels a little less easier on your body and mind. First, managing your energy. Think of your energy like a limited bank account. Every activity, decorating, cooking, attending a gathering comes with a cost. The key is to prioritize and budget. Ask yourself, what's most important to me this season? Maybe it's spending time with family, enjoying a special meal, or just having a peaceful moment to yourself. Focus your energy there, and don't be afraid to skip or simplify the things that don't matter as much. Next is setting boundaries. This one's hard, especially when it comes to family or traditions. But remember, you don't owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your health. If you need to decline an invitation, try saying, I'd love to join, but I need to take care of myself right now. Let's catch up another time. Most people will understand, and for those who don't, that's about them, not you. Now let's talk about food and dietary needs. The holidays are full of rich, indulgent foods, which can be tricky if you have specific dietary restrictions or sensitivities. One tip is to bring a dish you know you can eat, so you're not left navigating the mystery casserole. If someone questions why you're eating differently, a simple, "This works best for me," is all you need to say. Travel is another one. Whether you're driving across town or flying across the country, it can take a toll on your body. Pack a small bag with essentials, medication, snacks, comfort items, or even a heating pad. And don't be afraid to build in extra time to rest, whether that means arriving a day early or scheduling a recovery day after you get back. Finally, embrace the power of saying no. No to overcommitting, no to toxic conversations, and no to anything that drains you unnecessarily. The holidays are not about doing everything. They're about finding moments that feel meaningful to you. At the end of the day, your health and well-being comes first. These tips aren't about taking the fun out of the holidays. They're about finding a balance that lets you enjoy them on your terms. You deserve that, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Let's take a moment to talk about joy. Not the over-the-top, picture-perfect kind you see in holiday commercials, but the quieter, more personal kind that feels authentic to your life, even with the challenges of chronic illness. The first step is recognizing that joy might look different now, and that's okay. For example, maybe you can't decorate your entire house like you used to, but you can focus on a small corner, a wreath on the door, a cozy string of lights by your bedside, or even just a festive mug for some hot chocolate. Sometimes those little touches can make your space feel warm and comforting without overwhelming you. Another way to find joy is by connecting with traditions in a way that works for you. If baking cookies from scratch feels like too much, try a shortcut. Pre-made dough or simple no-bake recipe can still give you that sense of tradition without the exhaustion. And if you're feeling adventurous, invite a loved one to join in, letting them do the heavy lifting while you provide the laughs and the music. Speaking of music, one of my favorite ways to create joy is by playing a holiday playlist that feels like a warm hug. Throw in songs that make you smile, even if they're not traditionally holiday themed. Music has a way of shifting the mood and helping us focus on the moment. If you can't participate in a big family dinner, consider hosting a smaller, more manageable gathering. A quiet evening with a couple of close friends or family members can feel just as meaningful as the large, chaotic party, and it's often a lot less stressful. And let's not forget the power of giving back. If you're feeling isolated or down, sometimes spreading a little kindness can bring unexpected joy. Maybe that's writing a heartfelt card to someone who's been supportive, donating to a cause close to your heart, or even volunteering virtually. Giving doesn't have to be grand to be meaningful. Finally, give yourself permission to create new traditions that align with your current reality. Maybe it's watching a holiday movie marathon in your coziest pajamas, or taking a slow evening walk to enjoy the neighborhood lights. These small, intentional moments can become just as special as the traditions you used to have. Remember, finding your joy during the holidays doesn't mean ignoring the challenges you face. It means making space for those moments of light and warmth. No matter how small they might seem, joy isn't about perfection. It's about connection with yourself, with others, and with the things that make you feel alive. Let's face it, the holidays can be tough on the wallet, and for those of us managing chronic illness, financial stress is often an extra layer on top of everything else. Between medical bills, missed work, and everyday expenses, the pressure to spend on gifts, decorations, and celebrations can feel overwhelming. But here's the thing. The holidays don't have to be expensive to be meaningful. One of the best ways to ease financial stress is by simplifying gift giving. Instead of buying something for everyone in your circle, consider organizing a Secret Santa or a group gift exchange. That way, you're only responsible for one thoughtful gift instead of a dozen. And if your family or friends are open to it, suggest a no gift policy and focus on experiences or quality time together instead. Another idea is to get creative with handmade or personal gifts. For example, you can create a simple photo album, write a heartfelt letter, or even put together a jar of kind notes or affirmations for someone to read throughout the year. These gifts are more memorable and meaningful than something store-bought, and they cost very little. When it comes to holiday meals or gatherings, don't be afraid to ask for help. Hosting can get pricey, so if you're in charge of a meal, consider making it a potluck. Let everyone bring a dish to share, and not only will it ease the financial burden, but it will also give everyone a chance to contribute. If you're attending events and want to save on travel or other expenses, think about ways to streamline your plans. For instance, carpooling with friends or family members can cut down on cost, and scheduling visits closer to home can help you save money and energy. Now, let's talk about decorations. It's easy to feel like you need to buy the newest, trendiest holiday decor, but you can create a festive atmosphere with what you already have. Repurpose items from previous years or simple DIY decorations, paper snowflakes, ornaments from natural materials like pine cones, or even just rearranging your space to feel cozy and welcoming. Finally, give yourself grace when it comes to budgeting. It's okay to say, this year, I need to focus on what's essential. The holidays aren't about how much you spend. They're about finding connection and meaning in whatever way works for you. So take the pressure off. Focus on things that bring you joy without adding unnecessary stress. And remember, it's the thought, not the price tag, that matters most. The holidays can feel isolating, especially if you're unable to join certain events or travel to see loved ones. But this is where a community can make such a difference. If you're feeling disconnected, consider reaching out to others in the chronic illness community. There are so many online support groups where people share tips, encouragement, and even virtual holiday meetups. Sometimes, just knowing someone else gets it can make all the difference. And if you're someone who usually spends the holiday alone, think about creating your own traditions. Whether it's a movie marathon, a special meal just for you, or even a quiet day of journaling and reflection, you deserve to feel loved and celebrated, even if that love is coming from yourself. The holidays are also a natural time to reflect on the past year. For many of us, that reflection can be bittersweet. Maybe this year brought new diagnoses, flares, or challenges you didn't anticipate. Or maybe it brought growth, resilience, or moments of unexpected joy. I like to spend some time at the end of the year thinking about what lessons I've learned in a way that honors my journey. This year, I started a podcast to meet other warriors and bring awareness to autoimmune diseases and chronic illnesses. I learned lupus is not the entirety of me. It may be the manager, but it is not the CEO. I also learned to advocate for myself and for others. I encourage you to take a moment to write down one thing you're proud of from this year. No matter how small it might seem, chronic illness is hard, and you deserve to celebrate your victories, big or small. Before we leave, I would like to close with a special portion of the show I call Healing Heartbeats. This is where we allow ourselves to wallow in sorrow. Give yourself 3 minutes to laugh, cry, scream, cuss, or just sit in silence. Whatever you need to do to feel it, do it. Let the depression end for only 3 minutes. Once you reach 3 minutes, compartmentalize it and get back to living. This is a rinse and repeat behavior. You cannot let depression take over, because when it does, it will not let go. When we hear about the passing of someone, they have the day they were born and the day they passed away. There is a dash in the middle. It's not a long line, but a short dash. That dash represents your life. Go live in spite of having a chronic illness. Don't let your condition stop you. As we come to the end of this episode, I just want to remind you that the holidays don't have to look a certain way to be meaningful. Whether you're surrounded by loved ones or spending the season quietly, you have the power to create moments of peace and joy in your own way. I want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for listening, for subscribing, and for being a part of the Empowerment in Illness community. Your support, your stories, and your willingness to show up for these conversations mean more than words can express. This podcast wouldn't be what it is without you. Whether you've been here since the beginning or just found us recently, you're an important part of this journey. Every time you tune in, share an episode, or send a kind word or constructive criticism, you remind me why I started this in the first place. To create a space where we can navigate the challenges of chronic illness together and celebrate our resilience. As we head into the new year, I hope you feel the gratitude and warmth I'm sending your way. Thank you for being here, and thank you for allowing me to share this space with you. Wishing you a peaceful, joyful holiday season, and looking forward to all that we explore together in the year to come. Remember, you have the strength, the heart, and the support to continue your journey. Be safe.